Hi and welcome back to our YouTube channel. On this channel we are going to show you how to create dynamic chart using Excel. A dynamic chart is a chart that automatically updates as you key in new data. For example, on this we have on column A with months, column B with sales. If I key in let's say August and key in like 200, you'll see it on the chart. It automatically puts it in August. But if you're doing this in the other way, you'd have to every time select your data and put in a new chart every other time. So the purpose of this video is to show you two ways you could actually do this. The very first method we are going to use is we'll use the use of tables, and the second one we'll use the formula of offset. We have this Excel sheet sheet 1, which has column A months, column B sales. So what we'll do is, the very first thing you need to do, you select the range of your data, click on insert, under tables, click on table. Ensure that a pop-up will appear and there's a checkbox that has my table as headers. Ensure that this is checked on, otherwise this will not work. So once it's checked, click on OK, and then now move on to insert. Under charts or over charts, choose a chart of your choosing. You could choose 2D column, 3D bar, 3D bar, whichever that you need suits you. But for this example, we'll take a 2D column. Here it is, 2D column. It has the month of January to July as it is on the sales here. So if we key in August with the data of 500, you see it's keys in as you update new data. So August, let's say September. It updates as you do. So this is the easiest way you can use a dynamic chart. It's the same with all other charts here. That is, could be the bar chart, it could be the hierarchy chart, it also could be the waterfall, funnel, stock, surface, or radar chart. In short, whichever chart that you choose, so long as you click and make your data as a table and then insert the chart, it's going to work as intended. Creating dynamic chart using the offset formula. The first step that you need to do, go on your sheet, open your sheet, click on formulas, click on the name manager. On this pop-up table, click on new to create new data names for the data that we'll use on your dynamic table. On the name, in this case, we'll start on our values in column A. So our name is going to be month. And then right down here where it says refers to, this is where you're going to key in your offset formula. You begin with offset. The first parameter for this particular formula, you'll come and click on A2, that is on January, a comma. This is your starting point for the data that you need for your chart. Then you're going to key in 0, 0, for those 0 represents the row offset and the second 0 represents the column offset. Then we are going to move on to the next part of the formula, that is count A. Count A is going to be responsible for the height of the data that we need. So in this case, since we are looking at the data in column A, we are going to select the whole column and then close your parentheses, then -1. The reason why we are putting in -1 is to ensure that once the data is being calculated, they do not count the month and the sales, the headers. But in case you do not have headers on your data, you do not need to key in -1, -1. So once you're done, click on OK. Since we have 2 columns, we are going to repeat the same process, but this time it's on the column of B on sales. So the first step, as we said, we move on to formulas, name manager. Your pop-up will still be around, so click on new. Repeat the same process. In this case, our name is going to be sales, since we are dealing with the sales column. On refers to, we'll repeat the same offset formula. We begin with offset, and the first parameter for your offset is going to be B2, which is a starting point of your data, comma, 0 for the row offset, comma, another 0 for the column offset, and then count A. Count A, as we said earlier, it represents the height of the data that you're going to be using. So in this case, since we are on column B, we'll have to select the whole column, close your parentheses, and then -1. Once again, -1, because you're going to get rid of this header, and click on OK. Once that has been done, close it. Once you're done with that, move on to insert, and now choose a chart of your choosing. Once again, we'll use a 2D column chart. Click on it, click on your chart, right click on your chart to select it, and then right click once again and select on select data. Another pop-up will appear on this one. Now we are going to add the x-axis and our y-axis. So in this case, an edit series will appear, and on this pop-up you have the series name and the series values. On the series name, just click on select your header for the sales, and under values you select the sheet that you're currently in. After the sheet, just key in the name of the data that you're currently using. In this case, we are using sales, so we are going to use the same name, and ensure this name that you're keying in is the name that you created on the formulas data earlier. Click on OK, and then on the horizontal axis labels, click on edit. This time you're gonna do the same as we just did. Click on the sheet, and this time round, now take the month. Since we are using both sales and the month, key in the name of the month that you're currently using and click on OK. See, this is what you'll have on your x-axis January to the number of months that you have. On the legend entries, you'll have sales. Click on OK, and your table will appear like this. You have a couple of different tables on top. You can choose a different one for yourself. In this case, this is what we go with. To check whether the chart now has been dynamic, we will try keying in more data. Let's try and key in a couple more months, and then we'll also put key in data. See, as you key in your data, it automatically changes, and this shows you that you've already created a dynamic chart. So if you have a lot of database and you need to create charts, this is the most effective way. But if you need a very easy way of creating a dynamic chart, if you do not have a lot of data, the very first method that I showed you at the beginning of this video is the one that's highly recommended.